Hello class, and welcome back to the Cave Story walkthrough. In this episode, we will be heading into the Sand Zone, as the title implies. Sorry about the long break, but by the time most of you watch this video, the entirety of the walkthrough and probably the next couple will be out anyway, so yeah, you don't have to worry about it too much. Anyway, as you can see, they've just let Sue out, and she is telling them that the doctor is planning to use the red flower to force the Mimiga to become weapons of death and form a sort of army. So apparently he hasn't quite found the red flowers yet. So it's our job to try and stop him from getting the flowers so he can't turn any of the Mimiga into weapons of death filled with rage and all that good stuff. So you can see those two actually did survive from that little bike crash. And Professor Booster's glasses are perfectly okay. It's kind of odd, but oh well. So here's Sue coming back in. I will be anyway. So apparently, Professor Booster's been worried about them for some reason. Professor Booster is Sue's father figure, from what I understand. And, that Mimiga. And, Professor Booster doesn't know anything about the inhabitants of this village. Because he just only recently escaped from the doctor. So, yeah. So apparently a lot of Amiga used to live here, but most of them were taken away by the doctors. So this is basically just all explanations of stuff we've already heard, pretty much, so you don't need to worry about it too much. But this is a walkthrough, so I'm showing you everything. So the bike is a complete wreck, but somehow they made it. My question exactly. So anyway, apparently King is still worried about Taroko becoming a weapon of death, so he's not the brutal person you saw at the beginning. He's just trying to protect the village. Although, he might be a little bit blinded by love or something, I don't know. He is a caring person, it's just a little bit forceful in his methods. I don't know. Anyway, apparently, we need to hurry and do something about it. About the doctor's plans. So, Sue's welcoming us back. Apparently, she's our friend now. That's quite a quick transformation, but anyway. So, apparently we can go grab the egg now. But, unfortunately, the doctor has just found the location of the red flowers, so we need to go stop him somehow. So this is actually one of the biggest plot twists of the game. So as you remember, your character doesn't know anything at the beginning of the story. And, yeah, so the red flowers are in Sand Zone. So now, Professor Booster will reveal to us what we are. So, yeah. Anyway, so you must destroy the red flowers, and of course the person we're sending into the very dangerous Sand Zone is us, because of course we are the most capable, because we are the only ones that actually have weapons. Anyway, so apparently we are an armed recon robot that was dispatched to this island 10 years ago as an army to combat the doctor. So apparently we were so human-like that they couldn't tell that we were a robot. How amazing. So anyway, plot twist. We're a robot. Okay. Plot twist over. That's pretty much the only big one. But it's kind of to be expected, I guess. You are pretty powerful and you have all these guns and stuff. I don't really know. Now, there's another big question you might be wondering is why do we still have an air meter if we're a robot? That will be explained later. So yeah, we'll be heading to Sand Zone to eradicate the red flowers in place of anyone else because we are the most capable. Interesting. So, we are also about to meet another robot as well. Her name is Curly Brace, as you are about to see. And she was our partner from 10 years ago or something. So, yeah, let's head over to the Sand Zone now. Sand Zone, let's go. In through here, and we teleport, as usual. And here we are in the Sand Zone. Now there are actually rumors about a fourth ending and mods and stuff. Basically, the main proving that there was a fourth ending was that one of these blocks would break. But none of them do, so the fourth ending is all a hoax, as usual. Anyway, over here is Curly Brace. As you can see, she has the same antenna thing, and she's got the same white skin color palette stuff. So yeah, we'll see her later. So there's these guys. They don't actually fly over, except when you stand in front of them or move too near them. So you don't really have to worry about them too much. Just destroy them when they start coming to you. So up here is Curly's little house here, and she's actually caring for a few Mimiga. Interesting. She looks happy, but I think her facial expressions are a little bit weird. So apparently she's all happy right now. Not quite sure why, but she's kind of yelling at us to not kill the Mimiga or something. And she has a gun. So yeah, she still looked happy even after she threatened to kill us. I sped up this boss fight because it was fun. We haven't had sped up in a long time. As you can see, she completely blocks missiles with a bubble shield of some sort, so we can't use those. She has a machine gun, she charges it, and it glows a little bit. Basically, you can just jump over it. It's not that dangerous. Just be careful of being hit, and you'll be safe. Alright. So there we go. We won. So that's that. So here's Curly getting back up. So we got her. The Mimiga have been defeated. You can say whatever you want here, it doesn't really matter. So now she realizes that we're a friend after shooting us. So apparently it's not their fault. Her name is Curly Brace. She's been with these little ones since before she can remember, and apparently she's been amnesia-stricken too. So there's that. So apparently, pretty much all the robots came up here to be Mimiga killers and destroy them. So here is the first option. You have to trade in your Polar Star. You can trade it in for the machine gun. Now this is a very interesting weapon. It has an ammo counter like the bubble gun, and it recharges pretty quickly. But it's not terribly good. But it is way better than Polar Star. I would highly recommend it for new players, especially because of the highly exploitable knockback effect. So at level 3, it gains slight knockback. This can be used to boost your fall, or to actually do a hover. And because of its pretty high ammo count, you can actually use this like a jetpack, which is highly exploitable, and basically just rules out the need for a special, actual dedicated jetpack, which we will be getting later. So yeah, bring along the dog. Just be sure you do that so you don't have to backtrack anymore. This is a dog. Yeah. So Jenka's pet dog. Yeah, I missed most of the dialogue while talking about the machine gun, but it's highly recommended. So as you can see, there's a little secret pathway up this way, which holds a secret item. It's a little interesting little tidbit. So yeah, as I said before, I would highly recommend getting the machine gun for first-time players, but if you do, you will not be able to get the best gun in the game after a couple more episodes. So if you're willing for a bit of a challenge, go ahead and grab the machine gun here, but I would highly recommend going for the best gun later. So anyway, if we just get into this little nook here that we can't really see, and we can grab this special item here, Curly's stuff. Okay. So that's interesting. This secret item unlocks the special mode Curly's Story in the main menu. It's basically just the main story mode, except for the added bonus of you play as Curly Brace as opposed to, quote, every instance with Curly Brace in it is replaced with, quote. I should probably be explaining who this is. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but quote is your main character. Sorry, I forgot you didn't know that yet. But now you do. So there. Anyway, and your character now has dialogue in the Curly Story. So, yeah, there's that. And Quote actually has some dialogue himself near the end. So you can actually see his face talk in the dialogue thing. So yeah, now you know one of the secrets of the game, that your main character's name is Quote. Well, this is a walkthrough, to figure that out eventually anyway. Anyway, over this way, there's these guys. They don't look that hard, especially because they can't go through one block holes. But when you destroy them, They turn into a whole bunch of little versions of themselves, which are destroyed pretty easily, but are kind of menacing as they can get into most areas. You can see there's a life capsule up there. We're going to go ahead and try to grab that. You have to be really careful not to destroy any blocks that you might need later. Like, just to be sure you don't destroy any blocks that you need to jump up here. So yeah, there we have one of the life capsules. And our life has been increased by 5. So we are now at 31, which is quite a total. We just kill that guy and kill most of his spawn. And you may have, if you were actually watching the Amiga dialogue, you may have heard one of them mention sand crocs. There's a sand croc. There's pretty much one per sand area after the little Amiga house. They grab you when you step on the sand. They do a lot of damage, and you just need to move out of their way. It's pretty much the only secret, really. So an effective method to destroy them is by using the fireball, because it does a reliable amount of damage. But if you did grab the machine gun, this would be a good place to use it. So if you're planning to exploit the machine gun's knockback tendencies, you can use it to just float over the sand, which is quite an effective method. So yeah, for our new players who are hoping for a little easier time platforming around here, I would highly recommend using the machine gun, but other than that, if you want a much better gun later, we're going to stick with the Polar Star. So, enough about the machine gun, let's get on with the level. So just avoid the sand crocs, and you should be good. I'm not actually using the fireball yet because I didn't think of it, because I am stupid. We are running low on health and levels for our Polar Star, so we're not doing terribly much damage. So we're going to go ahead and use the bubble shield to take out these guys, which is actually surprisingly effective because one good blast can take out the big guy and a lot of his little ones, and the shield protects you extremely well from the little ones as well. So there we go. We'll just camp over here, and we're going to try to grab this little hurt here so we can refill our health a little bit. So there's another tricky little platforming bit that can be solved easily if you have the machine gun. Just jump up here and up here. And over here. See, it's way harder than I'm making it look. Really. You have to believe me. So I'm gonna spend a long time dancing around here. If you can see that block with the dog paw on it, you can actually walk through that. It leads to a little secret corridor that bypasses those spikes down there, and if you can see it, it actually has a save point inside. We're just going to leave that block there so that guy can't get through. So we'll actually be staying up here for most of the time. So I'll just jump over here and get through the dog paw block. And here we have a save point. Unfortunately, there is no life refill or anything like that, so we're stuck with 5 life for the rest of the thing. These guys are incredibly easy to break through, and they actually give you quite a lot of experience if you know what you're doing. So yeah, health refills and experience. Yeah, if there is sand, it's marked by the sand crocs are marked by the skulls on the sand there. That's a lot of health pickups. You just gotta be careful not to get hit by the sand croc, and you're good. There's only one sand croc per sand area. So yeah. Look at that. It bounces all the way through. How nice. And it does a lot of damage, so it's pretty easy to take out that guy with. Jump this way. And yeah. These guys are going to be a little harder to take care of. And I got hit by the sand croc. No, I got hit by one of those guys. Just be careful. If you get hit by the sand croc, you will take a lot of damage. So just be careful. Yeah. Anyway. It's good to take out everyone in the area, and looks like we actually killed the sand croc down here with our fireballs. So that's a little safe area. Yeah, I just remembered the fireball tactic here. And the sand crocs actually drop mega loot, is what I'm going to call it. The 3 groups of missiles, the 6 heart refills, and the really big bunches of experience. So yeah, loot them. Anyway, let's get over here and grab this guys. Now these guys can pretty much all be entirely skipped if you just go to the bottom, to the tops, or the other sides or something of where they are. So you don't actually have to fight these guys, but I think it's a pretty good way to refill all your health and stuff. So, and there is a life refill station there, which we actually don't need. It also refills missiles, but our missiles are at full. So if we jump up through here, and so we're gonna go ahead and do some tricky platforming. Up here, up here, up here, and I missed the jump again. But this way actually skips a little sandcroc encounter in the side over there. You can see there is a sandcroc in that little area over there, and that you would normally have to break through in order to get to the life refill. So there is no save points before this boss room. So you're going to have to play through the entire area if you die here. Luckily, there actually are some hearts here, although there's a life refill station right there. I don't see why you need that. These guys also drop quite a bit of loot, the head presses, so you can kill them if you want. Now here's a little boss room. So apparently Misery is getting a little bit frustrated with the Balrog. Apparently she's starting to recognize us or something. Interesting. So, and something is interrupting our fight with Misery, of course. And here's this thing. I sped up the boss fight because this area is incredibly long, as you can see by the video timer. It's 40 minutes with all the sped up boss fights. So this is actually the longest area in the game, so you don't have to worry about it too much. So this guy spews out little destroyable things. So the bubble shield actually makes this area quite a bit easier, because you can just deflect all the little things that fly out of him. Yeah, basically just hit him when he's open. Apparently his name was Omega. Not quite sure what that guy was for, but the curse on the sunstones is lifted. So if you were paying attention, there were actually a couple of rocks a little earlier that you could not bypass, that you can now bypass them. We'll show you guys that when we get there, of course. Yeah, just backtrack this way. Now this area is incredibly backtrack heavy. You have to like, most of the time I spent here was actually backtracking. So yeah, just be careful that you don't miss anything, or else you have to backtrack a lot. This is one of my least favorite areas, specifically for that reason, is just all the backtracking. So let's go ahead and hit the save point, and head over this way. Now that guy is still alive, unfortunately, so we're going to have to get rid of him before we continue on, because we don't want to be pestered. Watch out for the sandcrocs. Fireballs! Yay! Ah, I got hit. And, yeah, the sandcroc's still not dead. Fortunately, he drops enough experience to get us back to level 2 at least. Now, we did kill most of the sandcrocs here, but it's good to be safe, so we're just going to go ahead and jump over. And, up through here. See these rocks right here? These sunstones or whatever. We'll now move to the side. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and run back to Curly's place, because there's a save point and a life refill station in the form of a bed there. So we're going to go ahead and save, just to save and refill our life. Now you can trade for the machine gun with Curly at any point that she is still here. After you beat this area, she will move on. She follows you through most of the game, actually, and helps you in a few of the later ones. So, but as long as you are in this area, you can trade for the machine gun, should you decide that you don't really want the uber powerful weapon later in the game. Now you can skip ahead to that episode, because it'll probably be out by the time you guys watch this, and see what the uber powerful weapon actually is. But other than that, you can just follow the walkthrough if you're just watching this as it comes out, which you probably aren't. But anyway, so down here and over here, So this is actually a neat little room here. It's quite effective because it reveals your missiles and life. And there is actually a hut nearby that you can go in and out of to respawn all of these. So you might be wondering what the dog is for. So you come over here and into this hut, which has a save point in it. Jenka's house. So you may have they could tell us that we should bring the dog if we're going to go visit Jenka, who knows about the red flowers. Nothing in this fireplace, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and talk to Jenka. So, that's her doggy. Yay. So apparently she was very nice. That's very nice. So she's worried about the red flower, and here comes Balrog. This guy. He's just everywhere. Apparently Jenka's his auntie or something. That's kind of odd. So apparently Misery is Jenka's daughter. Would that make Balrog Misery's sister? No. I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure this out. Anyway. So the warehouse with the flower seeds, apparently Jenka has it. So yeah. Yeah, so apparently Jenka's little side quest, which takes up a lot of time, is to just explore the entire sand zone, pick up all her puppies, and come back with them. She has 4 more puppies. Wow. Huh. Okay, let's go find some dogs. Now, they're hidden all over Sand Zone, and you can only carry one at a time, which is really, really annoying. So we have to grab a dog and come back, and grab another dog and come back, and grab another dog and come back. It just gets so annoying and repetitive. Yeah. So let's head up here and grab the one that's the closest. These guys can't fall through one block areas, although I think they can go through them. Not entirely sure about that. They do have the same amount of loot as the heavy presses, I believe. So up through here, as you can see, the little dog paw actually leads us to a dog. So down here in the secret pathway, and through here, down here, there's a life capsule. How about that? Let's go ahead and grab that. And that's another 5 increase, and now we're at 36. Open the treasure chest, and there is a dog. So we now have a dog. That's good. Anyway, so we love sleeping inside chests, apparently. Interesting. I sped up all the backtracking in this game, in this episode, and it's still like 40 minutes. It's ridiculous. Let's go ahead and save. So, apparently we're fast. Okay, there's the dog. So we must be a soldier from the surface. The robots are soldiers from the surface, of course. So, it's been a long time since the robots, just like us, came from the island. So apparently we killed so many defenseless Mimiga, and for the lives of the men and women who tried defending the Mimiga. That's interesting. So due to the effects of consuming the red flower, the cornered Mimiga became utterly rabid, and they fought back viciously against us, the robots. So had there been no red flower, it's very possible that the Mimiga had on this island might have been annihilated by the robots. So this story behind the red flowers and the Mimiga War or something, or the first war with the Doctor, is being told as we bring Jenka her puppies. So that's interesting way of doing it, I guess. But anyway, down here. So the Sand Zone warehouse is off this way. Those guys are basically just fast-moving versions of the skull people up ahead, upper areas. So there's also the ones that shoot little bones that are being carried by parrots. Kind of odd. There's a puppy just standing there. That should be a little easier, shouldn't it? Taking damage. Okay. Let's go ahead and level the Polar Star. And the puppy is running! No! Come back, puppy! We have to time this perfectly. And in order to get this puppy. has to be timed, like, precisely, so you're gonna need to be really, really good with your fingers. There we go. Got him. So this one is named Kakeru or something. I don't know any of these names, but if you guys know what they mean, feel free to tell me. Anyway, so he's good with a bone, so it's hard to keep track of them, apparently. What does that have to do with running? Backtracking time. Sped up cave story music. It's so fun to listen to. Anyway, over this way. And up, and up, and up, and up. And up, and continuing to go up. First, let's go ahead and refill our life over here, so that when we save, we'll have pretty much full life. And in here, save. Let's talk to Jenka again. So that's one of hers, apparently. Yeah, they're all her, dog. You don't need to worry about that. So it makes 3. Yes, we have actually. Igor is an enraged Mimiga. He ate the red flower and became the beast thing that he is. And the mini-boss Mimiga in the Bushlands is also enraged. So, apparently, the Mimiga who ate the red flower after, so apparently the Mimiga who ate the red flower afterwards just went down to the surface, or just went missing, maybe to attack humans or something. So apparently, the red flower is really, really, really dangerous. So anyway, so there's 2 more. Anyway, so yeah, let's head in through here and grab the last 2. Now there is one more in another secret little platforming room, kind of like the one where we grabbed Curly's item. Yeah, level 2 Polar Star sucks. Anyway, let's go ahead and level it up if possible. And yeah, head down this way. And down here. So the most annoying part about these platforms is you have to start right here at the beginning, or at one of the platforms a little tiny bit later. If you don't start at one of those platforms, you can't actually get up unless you have the machine gun. So that's one reason to get the machine gun, is to make this area way less annoying. But it's worth the annoyingness to get a way better weapon later. Anyway, you can actually jump up on this one, but I think this is as far back as you can, as far forward as you can jump up onto them. Anyway, up here, I'm not entirely sure where the last puppy is, but I'm pretty sure it's above these platforms somewhere. Anyway, up here, so I go ahead and get a shield up, and give it a good whack. And we fell down again, so we have to go back. Of course. Yeah, it's not much to talk about here. As you can see, you can't get up anywhere further on. Just gonna use the bubble shield like a machine gun. Yeah. So we can't get up anywhere up here, unfortunately, unless you have the machine gun. Yeah, just spam the button and this happens. So it's pretty cool, and it works. But it doesn't do all that much damage. Anyway, even jumping from here is impossible. Look, if you have really awesome jump timing, you might be able to get up on that platform there, but I don't. So let's just walk back here. Up here, and up here, and up here, and up here, and over here, and up here, and up here. And here we are. There's one of the puppies, but it went into this room here, which is, yay, more invisible platforming, which sucks. As you can see, you can use the map to see where you're supposed to go. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, unfortunately it's not right there. And there's a sand croc. So there's actually the fan, as you can see the bubbles. There's actually a fan pushing us down, so we can't go up that way. How do we get back? Ah, there we go. Right up through here. And as you can see, there's actually a circuitous route over this way. Over here, and up here, and over and around the fan, and you can pick up the dog. So let's go ahead and pick up this one. I don't really like this area, it doesn't have that much music. Shinobu! Oh! Apparently he likes dark places because he has bad vision. It's kind of contradictory, but okay. Anyway, as you can see, I have started speeding it up. So let's run back to Jenka's house. Yay! Level 1 bubble gun sucks. Yeah, this is very hard to fight through. Anyway, down. Just stay on the platforms if you want to avoid the hedgehog things on the bottom. And yeah, that worked. Make sure you're at full health. And there we're now at max level for the Polar Star as well. Unfortunately, not so for the bubble gun. So apparently we are the popular one. Interesting. So she really does appreciate all our hard work. Anyway, so we are after the warehouse key so that we can destroy the red flowers. But opening up, so apparently the warehouse contains all the red flower seeds. So she can't give us the key, so no one can get in. So if no one can get in without the key, no one can get the red flower seeds. So that makes sense. But unfortunately, we need to get in to destroy them. So let's just go ahead and grab the last dog because we kind of have to. This actually requires us to go all the way to the boss room. Ah! Fell on me. Don't fall on me. Stop. Anyway, we're gonna have to just kill all these guys just to get experience, I think. I don't know. Let's just head down here. Down this way, down this way, and over this way. Yeah, fireballs are very effective weapons against ground-based enemies. Yes. So go ahead and use that. Works like a charm against anybody who's on the ground for any blink of time. Unfortunately, I forgot you can't get back up here unless you have really awesome jump timing. So let's head back here. And we're gonna have to kill all these guys. And we gotta level down for our Polar Star. Another reason I don't like this area is because of all the projectiles that are really, really hard to dodge. This is my least favorite area in the game, if you can't guess by now. Just so long, there's so much backtracking, it's just so annoying to do. Anyway. So let's try missiles, because that's the only weapon that's still level 3. Anyway. Bubbles! Bubbles. So missiles are pretty effective, but they're pretty effective against anything, considering the damage they do. Don't use the bubble gun. Don't use the bubble gun. Yeah, it's definitely not recommended, especially level 1. Well, only at level 1, really. Level 2 is that works kind of like the machine gun, only less accurate. Anyway, let's level this up so that it's actually useful. Oh, we got hit again. We're running low on health. No. Okay, good. Anyway, sorry if I'm not talking enough for you. Enjoy the soundtrack while I'm not talking, I don't know. Anyway, don't jump into the spike. And I forgot, you need to be on the platforms in order to actually continue in this area. Which is really, really annoying. But I guess it does train you for platforming. I don't know. But it is really annoying to go back this far every time you fall. Here. Yep. Ah, I missed again, so I have to go all the way back. Ah. Anyway, up here, down here, over here, and over here. Yes. So here's these guys, easily defeated by the fireball, and because you're out of their reach. Let's grab this experience before it goes away. And fireball this guy. And these guys are just dropping experience left and right. And up and down, too. Anyway. Over this way. Dodge the bones. Don't get hit by the bones. You do not want to eat the bones. Ah! He actually goes this way. Scary. Let's hit him with that good charge bubble kind of thing. He's like in a glitch or something. I don't know. But he drops a 20 experience shard, which is really kind of overpowered. It should have leveled us up to max, but ah well. Anyway. Kill him. Let's go ahead and grab it with our Polar Star so that we can get to level max. And now we have max level with our Polar Star. Yay! Here's more of the annoying parrot things, but at least they don't have the bone guys. You can see the hole areas, the holed-out areas, I guess. I don't know what to call them, really. The pockmarked areas, you can walk through them. So yeah, there's that. There's no way to jump onto that platform unless you have the machine gun. The machine gun is incredibly useful in this area, but its usefulness kind of dies off after you beat the core later. Especially because you get a jetpack anyway immediately afterwards. Anyway. And yeah. So kill this parrot. Now there is a slight bonus to going back all the time, is the areas we go through after we come back are already all cleared out, at least. But we're gonna have to come back here anyway, unfortunately. So anyway, yeah, over here, up here, and over this way. There's a whole bunch of parrots. You're gonna need something effective, like this bubble gun, which has a shotgunish effect, which is quite good against large masses, especially because of its incredible range. Charge up a few shots and let loose. Have fun, kids. Anyway. So, it might take a while to get rid of all of them this way, but at least they can't really get to you if you knock them back effectively. And if they do get close, as you can see, any hit on them basically just breaks their poise effectively. So it's quite easy to just keep them stun locked for a while. Anyway, up here, and over this way, and up here, and over this way, and basically just more platforming. This is a Metroidvania style game, I guess. Metroid and Castlevania were known for their platforming, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, I think all our weapons are actually max leveled right now, which is quite good, because we'll experience this parrot's drop. Now, I only actually get the slight lag you see here when I record, so you don't need to worry about any lag problems while you're playing. Anyway, here's more annoying platforming that you have to go all the way back to get back up on. But at least it's short and simple. Let's break these two blocks, which drop a life refill station and a save point. Hallelujah. Let's go ahead and take up this dog. We have a dog. So this one's named Nene. This one dreams a lot with naps. Still locked. Anyway. Over this way, this way, this way, this way. Jumpy, 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 jumpy. It's a lot easier to go back, especially after you've cleared out all the enemies. we'll have to fight through all of them again anyway. Anyway, up here, up here, up here. Ah, I fell. Yeah, over this way. And there's Balrog! What's Balrog doing here? Apparently he stole the warehouse key, as you probably would have expected. Where'd all the dogs go? Oh well, at least we don't have to go collect them again. So we do actually get a reward for this little side quest. Not only do we progress in the story, we did return all the dogs. So Balrog took the key, of course. So they'll take Rabbit Mimiga and they'll attack the surface. So this is a life pot, an incredibly useful item, and even more useful if you save it till the very, very end of the game. You do get a refill before you fight the final boss, the technical final boss. But it's definitely not recommended that you use it, because it doesn't really matter. Anyway, it only works once in the entire game, but it refills your life to maximum. So, use it if you will. You do get a refill before you fight the final boss. But you can. Oh, that means you can only use it twice, and only if you use it before you fight the final boss for the first time. Oh well. Anyway, we'll talk about that more later when we get there. But you shouldn't actually need the life pot for any of these areas, especially because there's a save point and a life refill right before this boss anyway. Kill these guys. There we go. Yeah, sped up cave story music. Whoopoo. Down here. Bubbles! I poketh you with bubbles. It's just so fun. Anyway. As you can see, just keeping a shield up is enough to keep the parrots away. Yeah, they can't touch you. Anyway. Glad I split up this bit. Anyway. Over here. Let's make sure we hit the save point, because this boss is actually incredibly hard. And this boss is actually another reason why I hate this area. It is the final boss of this area, but I absolutely hate it. So that is the doctor right there, in case you didn't know. So they've taken all the red flower seeds. There actually are flowers growing here, apparently. So those are the proper flowers. So, such an ominous flower, unexpected. So she's wondering if the doctor would like to eat one, but unfortunately the red flower does not work on humans. So who is the only Mimiga they have? Toroko, of course. So guess who this boss is? So there we go. So she's gonna run away to be stopped, of course, by a Balrog. He's just everywhere. So he's gonna make her eat a red flower now. Yeah. And who is this? It's King, and he has a sword. One-shots the Balrog. Yes! It's not a Balrog boss fight. Yay! Toroko actually did eat the flower, unfortunately. So she will be the boss of this area. So it's King's job to go distract Misery and the Doctor while we do that. So yeah. So this is a really long cutscene, especially because you have to sit through it every single time you fight this boss. And because you will actually die a lot in this boss, you will have to sit through this cutscene a lot. It's just really, really annoying. So we're that persistent soldier from the surface. Apparently we have perfect timing. All yours, a small gift. Interesting. Okay. Apparently you can teleport. And she's going rage mode. So she only has really 2 attacks. Jump and shoot a box at you. And the box spawns a flower, the box itself does a lot of damage. The flowers don't really. The flowers do drop experience, which is good for keeping yourself, experience, hearts, and missiles, which is good for keeping yourself at good health. But, other than that, just keep moving when she throws a box, because she will hit you at least once, and she has so much, ridiculously much health. Unfortunately, when you kill an enraged Mimiga, they die permanently. So, we just killed Taroko. Are you happy, everyone? Are you happy with yourselves? Yeah, anyway. No interaction with the red flower or anything. So let's go ahead and talk to King really quick. So, the lightning strike killed him, unfortunately. But, we get his sword, which one-shotted Balrog. Hallelujah, this weapon is amazing. It does a ridiculous amount of damage. Although it has a pretty short range, as to be expected from a sword, it is incredibly useful, especially in the next area. So let's head out. So, here we are. The Balrog steps on us. Anyway, here's Misery. So, we're still alive after fighting Rabbit Taroko. So, apparently there was one back then too, a tough little robot like us. So she's sending us to the Labyrinth as opposed to actually fighting us. So we went poof, and she's sending Balrog too, apparently. Interesting. So Misery's like, hee hee hee, that was refreshing. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Surprise you guys next episode with where we showed up.